Hi, my name is Aliza Becker. A little bit about myself. I graduated from Messiah College in 2016. This is my third full year teaching, second full year working at Penn Manor. Last year I taught sixth grade. This year I'm teaching fifth grade. My favorite cartoon character is SpongeBob. Picture of me at graduation. Picture of my husband and I when we got married. Interests really briefly, I love traveling. I've been to a lot of different countries that I really enjoy. This was Cyprus, where I did some archaeological work in college. This is Ellis Island, Yellowstone, all pictures I've taken in Acadia National Park. Favorite place in the world is Chincoteague Island, Virginia. I'm a beach person. I used to work in a marina. I love fishing, boating, biking, crabbing, clamming. If I'm at the beach, I'm happy. Why do I choose STEM? I do it for student engagement. I can clearly see that students are more engaged when they're participating in things that are challenging for them, appropriately challenging, like Vasquez says. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. I also see that they're having more fun. The teacher with the last name Green says that not only are her students like learning real life applications, but they're also having more fun while doing it, and she's enjoying teaching it more, which I agree with. Finally, it's definitely motivating for them. I see problem solving and creativity. So that's why I chose STEM. Finally, responses to Vasquez in the videos. First, my personal STEM definition before I read Vasquez and watched the videos was integrating science, technology, engineering, math in my curriculum and encouraging creativity and problem solving. I have part of the definition correct, but was very wrong in the sense of I thought that each of those would be separate. I thought I'd teach math, I thought I'd teach science, and obviously there's some overlap sometimes, but like I was definitely lacking in the areas of technology and engineering, and definitely was not making those connections. After Vasquez in the videos, this was my new definition, emphasizing and encouraging the connection and integration of science, technology, engineering, and math, while also encouraging the 21st century skills from Vasquez that Vasquez talks about, and I'll discuss that a little later. Next, classroom example is a catapult project. I always do it at the very beginning of my school year because I believe that it emphasizes those 21st century skills that Vasquez talks about: teamwork, collaboration, critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, and communication. What I do is give students a very small packet that tells them that their objective is to launch a marshmallow the furthest distance possible using only the materials given to them. I don't replace the materials. I don't tell them what to do with the materials. I hand it to them and I say, go. They work in teams and they start by identifying a goal, barriers, and possible solutions that they illustrate. They work together. They have a testing period where they build and then they can test it to see what model works best for them. It's pretty cool because one student will share their idea and they'll agree with it. They'll build it. It won't work. Another student chimes in and says, let's try this instead. It's very cool to see their trial and error methods in the engineering process. And then we have a final launch day that really works with the communication aspect because they're talking to each other, encouraging one another. It's a very cool project. I'll show you briefly, and you can pause the video to look at this to see how my catapult project aligns with the STEM practices. Clearly, I'm very much lacking in technology, not that there is a lack of it, just that I didn't address it. So I didn't match with anything. And again, you can pause it to see where I line up with that. Finally, after my readings and videos, this is what I would change. I would make connections and establish relevance. I definitely do not do that. All I do is hand them the materials and try not to talk too much because I want them to design everything themselves. But I would definitely, when we're doing a reflection, because there is a reflection piece that I didn't show you, but during our reflections, I would say, how could we use this in real life, or where is this used in real life? And then I would also explain the necessity for STEM literacy. As I said, it's an icebreaker at the beginning of the year. It'd be a great starting point for why STEM literacy is important. And as Neil deGrasse Tyson says, the STEM literacy is the engines for problem solving. That was just something cool that resonated with me. Why is STEM education important? A couple quick reasons. First, it is vital for a thriving economy and a healthy society. That was in our first video we watched. I 100% agree. Second, you need to keep up with STEM or be left behind. Again, that's something we're seeing in the news. That's something we're seeing in educational research and in our professional development. It's being pushed. Last thing, it's the need and desire in our society. We need those 21st century skills. Companies want innovation. They want that creative problem solving. And then it's important to be STEM literate for personal decision making, participation in civic and cultural affairs, and economic productivity. So I rushed through that. Thank you for watching.